There you go, laughing at the beginning again. Here we go.
I can't help it.
Welcome back to Starting Now. I'm your host, Jeff Sarris. This is the show where I talk to entrepreneurs to reveal the unexpected paths to entrepreneurship. And this is easy doing this intro when you're here across the table from me dancing. I should probably change the intro too, because this is Side Hustle Saturday. So this is episode 2 of Side Hustle Saturday,
Yeah,
where
it is.
every Saturday we sit down together, you and me. And who are you?
Well, let me tell you. My name's Amara Andrew, and I am co-host of Side Hustle Saturday.
Yeah. And you're the co-host because you are starting your own side hustles. So we're here.
I'm actually the human test subject. Let me rephrase that. I'm not the co-host. I am the human test subject. I didn't fill out any IBHE forms.
I don't know what that means, but no, you didn't.
It's for your human test subject.
Oh, okay.
I think it's IBHE.
Why
Anyway.
do you know the forms for human test subjects?
Well, as an archivist, we get a lot of them, and
okay.
we're not supposed to hold those. And working at a level 1 research institute, you get a lot of them. But yeah,
Feel
if
like
you
you're
have
looking
any
at the camera.
test subjects.
Like, we don't know the camera's there. You're not supposed to know
What
it's there.
camera?
Exactly.
This is off to a great
Yeah,
start again.
if you're listening to the podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, be sure to check out the video version on YouTube, and this is on Amara's channel.
Yeah,
So,
come hang out. Come check us out. We got all dolled up for you, like everybody.
Yeah, I put
kidding.
on my normal hoodie and I'm wearing my winter hat.
I know.
so
I was like, I
don't
put
have
on
to
a
do-
sweatshirt, and that's about it.
Yeah, just so my hair doesn't look too greasy today, because I
Yeah.
wanted to just pop on and
Dry
get
shampoo,
started.
I'm telling you.
That doesn't work for me.
I'll make it work for you. I'm going to hold you down. You're going to like it.
But yeah, check out Amara's channel at amara.me/YouTube. That's a quick little link to find it. Otherwise, just search on YouTube for Amara Andrew.
Woohoo, come hang out.
Okay, so Side Hustle Saturday. What is
Yeah.
this? What are we doing?
Well, we're going to discuss how my side hustle's going, what some of the common problems I've run into are, and
and where you're at in your
Yeah.
journey, and where, like, we're going to document your progress. Like,
Yeah.
every week, we're just sort of diving in, checking in to see what you've been up to this week, what might be coming up for next week. But also, we were talking before the show. It's funny to say, like, before the show, right?
yeah, literally in the kitchen. I mean, in the guest room, or not guest room, the what do you call it?
The
The
green
office
room.
kitchen.
It's the green room.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
green room.
Yeah, it's all decked out with a nice stove and oven and like
Yeah, it's
coffee
amazing.
and- yeah, it's
They really
nice.
hook you up here.
Yeah. But before the show, we were talking about like actually doing segments on here. So we're gonna.
Yeah.
This show is.
We're
kind of
trying to figure it out still.
Yeah, it'll be a work in progress as
Yeah.
we go. Just because, yeah, it's interesting. It's something different because I developed my show as just this interview show. This is all the same show. Side Hustle Saturday is within Starting Now. It's a little series that we're doing, but yeah, having this in person with you especially. It's a different show because it's just us sort of having fun and like just being more typical, like normal how we are on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, the intros are probably never going to be clean.
Nope. You're welcome. Well, yeah, I don't really take much seriously, so sorry.
And that's perfect. And speaking of not taking things seriously, we're going to try little segments and see what sticks, what we like. And the first one that we were thinking was, unfinished headlines?
I thought it would be so fun if we read the first half of something and then we try to guess the second half of what it is. Because, I don't know, because, like, you think a headline's going to go one way and then the end is like, what the fuck? Like, what happened?
You were about to censor yourself because you don't need to censor yourself. It was
I know.
my show because I, like, intrinsically, I don't swear a ton, but,
Yeah.
like, when it's being recorded,
The fuck
I
are you saying
definitely
about
don't.
me?
But I just don't because that's just how I grew up.
Yeah.
But, like,
I can't help it. It just comes out.
Well,
like,
no.
I don't even think about it. And apparently I offend people, which I kind of like.
well, no, you did not. Like, in the last show notes I put, and can Amara set the record for the most profanity on the
Hell
show?
fucking
Because
yeah.
I thought it was funny. But then I didn't want it to come across like, I didn't want it to be like a dig towards you or anything, because it wasn't. At
No,
all.
not
Okay,
you.
good.
I mean, in other in other
Yeah, in other
aspects of
areas.
my life.
Yeah, because sometimes people are like, oh, you shouldn't swear so much. Like, because it doesn't matter. It's just,
And honestly, it's just a fucking word. Like, let's calm down. Fuck, fuck, fuckity, fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuckity McFuck face.
let's reset the record. Reestablish
Yeah,
the new baseline.
we're going to put that in the description for this one. Anyway, apologies to your ears if it's early morning. Or if not, fuck yeah.
It's sort of early for me. Because I sleep in.
Yeah. It's
What is it?
2:30
Yeah.
on a Saturday.
Anyway, so unfinished headlines. So that's what we're going to start with. We need to have a jingle for it. So next week, we're going to have a jingle. Next week, actually, the visuals. Anyone watching the video, this is just my office where I normally shoot the podcast, but
Hence
one camera.
the Mac.
Yeah, one camera, and the desk is just scooted over for this. My podcast.
One camera, 2 long hairs.
There you go. And for my show,
Sorry, the long hairs.
I set up multiple cameras, and I'm doing more preparation.
Well, yeah,
in terms
yours
of
is
video.
much more in depth, whereas this is just a casual thing amongst friends.
The bestest
Are you
of
my
friends.
friend?
The bestest of friends.
Yeah, we have a handshake now.
We do.
We came up with it in the green room the other day.
Okay, but real quick, this is just temporary because next week we are going to have a much better shot that'll be right in line with your videos that you shoot in the other room, and it's going to be really simple.
Yeah, the only other room that we have. It's kind of like in our log cabin in the other room. It's like the outhouse.
It sort of is though. We have the bedroom. We're not going to shoot in the bedroom, the bathroom, or the kitchen.
Sure we are. Ooh, we should shoot in the bathroom for
Only
one.
fans.
Ew. You don't want to see what we're doing there. Anyway.
Okay, so
Shall we start with headlines?
yeah, unfinished headlines. So we need a jingle. Do the jingle.
It's time for unfinished headlines. Headlines. Time for unfinished.
Headlines.
No, you're supposed to leave it unfinished. Do you get it? Because it's All right. Anyway, so do you want to go first?
I feel like I would like to go first because I think yours might break the game. I have this
What
sense.
gave it away? I fucking cannot wait.
So this, let me just make sure. I always am connected to the Bluetooth on here so I don't be playing audio all of a sudden.
And connected to me.
So this is a story about Gael Angel. And the headline is, woman says she found true love, comma, had children. I'm going to read the commas and the punctuation because, of course, that's how you read a headline.
Yeah.
Woman says she found true love, had children with...
Blank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Also, who the fuck? Guy who what?
Gael Angel. It's Gae with 2 dots over it, LLE.
With an umlaut?
2 dots.
Umlaut.
2 dots.
Oh my God, you never took any foreign languages.
Spanish does not have 2 dots.
Oh my God.
It has the squiggly line, as they say in the language.
Tilde. Jesus.
Squiggly line.
I speak 4 different languages. You're killing me. Okay, wait. So
I
a
like
woman.
how relaxed this. I like that this show isn't like.
I wish I brought my coffee
serious.
in here.
Why? Because you're looking at this one.
Yeah, it looks delicious.
Ooh.
So.
Yeah, you don't need the name.
A
So
woman?
Woman says she found true love.
True
Had
love.
children with.
Man, I really want to say like a horse or a computer, because that's what I would marry and have children with. And
A horse and a computer.
Yeah,
So that's
you're-
me.
Yeah, you're a centaur pooter. I meant computer. Anyway,
Thanks for the compliment.
all man, all computer, half horse. How many can you fit in there? Ew. No, I meant like, oh my
Okay,
God.
so-
Anyway, so
What do we think that is? So woman says she found true love, had children with.
fuck. I'm gonna say she found love and had children with her imaginary celebrity crush.
So you good? Is that your final answer?
I don't know. Now the way that you said that, yeah, sure, that's it. Or a book.
A book. Okay. A book. She found true love with a book.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, don't be crazy. Don't go too crazy with this. This is pretty mundane. Woman says she found true love, had children with roller coaster.
I'm sorry, what?
What? A roller coaster? What's weird about
Was
that?
the guy's name Roller Coaster?
No.
Could you imagine
Lowercase, one word, roller coaster.
Just a roller coaster?
I mean, not just any roller coaster.
Which one?
The Sky Scream roller coaster.
Where is that?
It is at Germany's Holiday Park.
I love a holiday park. It's like, what, is it like all holidays? Oh, and my people.
But there's a quote from her. We won't get too deep into this, but I spend every moment dreaming of a carnal and fusional relationship with it. And she has children. Remember in the title.
Oh, wait,
Trauma had children with roller coaster.
What do her children look like?
So her children with the roller coaster are just smaller models of a roller coaster.
I was actually going to guess like roller skates or something because, like, I don't know. They have his wheels.
But yeah.
Interesting. Well, I mean, I'm glad she found true love and, like, it seems like a healthy relationship.
That is an unexpected twist, though, isn't it?
Just like a roller coaster. Whoa.
That's an unexpected path to true love.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my God, that could be the name of her like autobiography.
Well,
I love it.
The tagline for the show is "Unexpected Paths to Entrepreneurship."
Oh yeah, I forgot.
So thanks for listening. Anyway, not straight.
I listen to this. No. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, so that was a kooky.
Whatever floats your boat, I guess. Like, I've never fallen in love with a roller coaster, so I cannot comment on that.
And we will be getting to entrepreneurial side hustle stuff
in just a second.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. I'm going to try these different things. Like we both
and I
do.
like it. I think it's fun. Yeah. But we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so mine is Prince William named as blank, 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 blank.
I think I actually know this, though. Maybe. Actually, I don't know. Wait, Prince William. Is that the redhead?
No.
Oh, it's not.
This is the future king of England.
Okay, so I don't know this because I know the redhead brother.
Harry.
He was just made a C-level executive at some
in
startup.
Silicon Valley, I think, or something. I know. I was like,
okay,
really?
So give me this one again.
Prince William, who is the future king of England, named as blank, 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 blank. There are 4 blanks.
Does it say the future king of England in the title? Oh, okay, one more time. Let me think it through.
I'm going to give you one more word. One more word I'm going to put in there. Okay, so Prince William named as world's blank, blank, blank. The world's what?
Okay, I think I might have this. Let's see. Prince William named as the world's foremost ice cream expert. Ice cream is one word now.
Foremost. I was like, I didn't do too well in math, but I don't think. Is that your final answer?
Wait, how many blanks are there?
There are 3 because I give you 1 extra. Sorry, I'm just fucking this up.
Oh, not at all. So he is named the world's
blank, blank, blank.
I'll say most tallest man.
Most tallest. Ooh, so close. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Prince William named as world's sexiest bald man.
Wow.
And Twitter is lighting him the fuck up. They're like, what about Dwayne Johnson? What about, oh my God, who are some of the other people? Oh, Stanley Tucci, Patrick Stewart, which I was like,
Jason Statham could be on that
Jason
list.
Statham as well. Like a ton of people said Jason Statham. Boris Kodjoe. I don't know. I've never heard of him actually. But yeah, they're just like a ton of other people, and it's like
I think the runner-up was actually Dr. Evil, so that's probably why it was a little different.
Yes, world's sexiest bald man.
That is a very specific reference, huh?
And I'd be like, don't fucking call me the sexiest bald man. Like, it feels odd. And also, who was the committee?
Yeah, who voted on that? That's what I'm curious
I don't
about.
know. I found it on Twitter through The Independent in the UK. So not a super reliable source. But.
I mean, mine came from, what did mine come from? The New York Post, so mine was very reliable.
Yeah. Totally.
I mean, honestly, I say that. I think that's mostly what is the thing?
Like
when you would grab it off the shelf,
like the Inquirer or something.
Yeah, I think it's like a tabloid. Honestly, I might be wrong. I have no idea. Maybe it's actually a real thing, but I don't remember. I genuinely have no idea. But anyway,
I digress. But yeah, so world's sexiest bald man.
Okay, there we go.
I'm offended that I wasn't in the running, but that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. As the 2 hosts of the show, the long-haired people.
Oh, this? This isn't hair. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what's our topic for today?
Okay, yeah. So, actually, what? You looking at the camera?
Oh.
You can't break the third wall?
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall? I'm good at this.
1, 2, 3, 8, 12, 17th wall. Anyway.
Yeah, so what is the topic? So where are you at this week? What were you up to?
I've been here.
What have you been up to with your side hustle, though?
I made some new stickers. Today I actually worked on redoing part of my website, my Work With Me section, because that definitely needed a little bit of TLC.
And doing the stickers, and that's for your Etsy store, and you're really like, that's the thing you're really enjoying right now.
Oh, I love it. Like, I love illustrating. I've always loved it. And yeah, that's just like one of my passions.
Do you see that as let's say a job? I don't want to say job, but do you see it as a task you have to check off a list? No. Or are you doing it? Yeah,
I don't view it as labor. I view it as like, oh, this is like the fun thing that I get to do. Like, I've always thought that about drawing and illustrating and everything. It's not like, oh, I have to get this done. It's like, no, like I want to spend 17 hours on this one thing.
Mm-hmm. And you're designing for stickers now rather than just illustrating something and figuring it out?
Yeah. Okay. I'm mostly trying to just think like, what would be a cute sticker essentially, or what would I want to see as a sticker or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, before I was focusing on Prince, and then not Prince the singer, rest in peace.
Or Prince, the sexiest bald man alive.
Yeah. But yeah, so first I was focusing on Prince, and then those aren't selling as well, which is fine. But like Prince are so specific, and most of my stuff that I make is already small anyway. Like I like drawing like small things or like a whole elaborate like psychedelic sort of thing. So yeah, I figured stickers are fun, and I don't know, I feel like it fits more with my personality, where it's just like a fun little thing that you can just like buy, and then it's like, oh, this is like fun.
Well, and you're doing them start to finish. So you, with the prints, we use Printful, we being you, but like sort of figuring that out. Printful is a print on demand.
It is awesome.
Complete solution. So you do your design, you upload to Printful, and then when there's an order, Printful ships it to the person. You don't have any like hand in it anymore. It's just
which I like. I love that, but I also wish I had a little bit more of a hand in it as well, like with the printing. But we don't have like an industrial printer here.
And it does, unfortunately, it cuts into any profits.
Oh yeah.
Like, so with the stickers, it's tough because you're putting a lot of labor into the individual stickers, but you said, it's like, something you just like doing.
Yeah, it's just a couple bucks on Etsy. But like, I love them, honestly. And yeah, like I would like to be able to print off my prints, but I would be so irritated with trying to get the color right and the centering. So it is nice to be able to hand it off to professional printers and be like, here, like, do this for me, so then the person can get like the best quality product, because I know you'll do it. But yeah, I would like to have a little bit more hand in it, but that's fine.
And part of it too. There's Kitty. Hey, Kitty.
Hey, Kitty.
And that could also be why there might be more prints on Etsy, because it is very hands off.
It's like, oh, you can just like, and even on Printful, you can just find templates already and just like make it something. Which
does it seem like people are doing that?
Yes.
Okay. Which makes sense. Like, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It does irritate me a little bit, not to be such an art snob, but I hate when I see, so like as an archivist, there isn't a whole ton of swag out there for us.
And make sure you're in front of the mic, because you started
getting
next to it.
Oh, it's all good. I'm trying to make sure I don't keep bumping my chin into it. Apparently I have like a Jay Leno chin.
Here, if you do it. Yeah, you don't, because this windscreen should stop that anyway.
Oh, cool. Sorry. Hello, everybody. No. But yeah, there isn't a whole ton of swag out there for archivists, because it's such a specific career.
And that's what we explained what an archivist is. That's why you worked in a university and you worked with old things and decided but you do. And if they should be kept, or kept for research and things.
Yeah, like preservation of historic papers, artifacts, objects, things like that. Mostly just papers and records. But yeah, so there isn't a whole ton of swag out there for that, because it's so specific. So my main point with this is, if you look up on Etsy, like, oh, archivist gift or something, and it's just a mug that says archivists do it better, but then you can see heart surgeons do it better, librarians do it. Like, it's just blank, like fill in the blank does it better. And it's so just generic and like heartless. And it's fine if that's what you're doing, but I don't know. I hate that. Like, I like when people have passion and do things because they like it versus just, oh, I can make $7 or something on Etsy from this. Like, I don't know. That kind of drives me insane. I'd rather buy from somebody who it's like, oh, you actually like thought about this and like you did it. Like, you made this or something. But I know it's very subjective, and like there are a lot of other things that can go into that.
But when there's the turnkey solutions, like people will, like, because you could do that as well. You could just start making a bunch of stuff. So you would have hundreds or thousands of products in the Etsy store. Not to take a huge tangent, but like I've been getting into sports cards again. Like growing up, I was into sports cards. It's really just boomed lately. And so I've been picking up some as little investments here and there and trying to see like, oh, can I grab this card, like the Joe Montana rookie card that, I spent a couple $100 on it, which is more than I've ever spent. Any sports card like that, but it's in really great condition. So if it grades well, that card could be worth
I had to
thousands
make you buy it.
Thousands. Yeah, like if it actually like by an official grading company, if they say this is a 9 or this is a 10 out of 10, it can be worth a ton of money. So it's something I'm just dabbling in, and that's sort of my side hustle. Maybe like week after week we'll talk about that a little. But what I wanted to say was, what some people are doing on Etsy is just sort of the spray and pray, have a ton of products out there and rolling with it. And I came across someone who I think on eBay, they have over 200,000 reviews.
Fuck me. How?
That's
like 7 lifetimes of reviews.
And what they've done, it looks like, is which I'm actually thinking about reaching out to them to talk to them on the show, like to interview them. Yeah. But what he's doing, I think his name is Greg. So I think it's like Greg something cards.
It's always a Greg.
But what he's doing is he's buying complete sets, breaking them up. He has some system for scanning them in, because like every card is perfectly centered. Like it's very consistent, but every single card is listed, and it has to be automated. There's no way, because everything's listed like simultaneously. But he's just listing tons and tons of cards. You can essentially scroll through an entire set of cards and be like, oh, I want this one. I want that one. I want this one. And he's built this system where like he's the go-to source then, because he has so many products out there. But at the same time, he's not selling them for
I'm
tons
following
of money.
You now. I was like, why are you bringing
this
up?
So like,
I get it.
He's like, a card here is 79 cents for that, this and that. But because there's the mass numbers, he's able to get tons of throughput if he can get the systems in place. Yeah. So that's one approach that people can take with Etsy.
And that's different than Etsy, I would say, because then, I don't know, Etsy's supposed to be like a creative hub, whereas like what you're talking about is just somebody just selling stuff. Yeah,
which is sort of like the same idea for someone who's doing just like, oh, I love archivists, I love nurses, I love this, like just a sort of blanket, I'll just cover everything, and then people will buy eventually. So it's like, but you're taking a different approach, which I think is a more valuable approach. Yeah. It doesn't make the other one less valid. It's just not the one. But yeah, it's just not the one that you're taking. Yeah. But yeah, so we have stickers. And we've talked about, did you want to go on to the one thing that we were talking about in the car the other day, that as sort of the main subject of this week?
Oh, on our way to IKEA?
Yeah. 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 So
what was that?
Well, so this is just a side hustle. You're taking the things that you're doing and sort of from my nudging, you're doing what I do, because I've always said I don't have hobbies. I have businesses. Yeah. Like, I mean, I got into photography, and then I started doing wedding photography and portraits and all of this. And I was into health and wellness, and I started a blog and published a book, and I would do health coaching and all these things. It's just, that's just how I'm geared. I like the competition, I guess, of entrepreneurship, to see like, oh, not what can I do so they'll lose, but what can I do so I also win, which is, it's a sort of a different approach than like sport, but it's sort of the adult version of like youth sports, say. Like I grew up playing baseball, playing just everything all the time and always competing.
Just the name youth sports. I don't know why it made me think of like youth group or like some churchy something. Okay. I don't know. Anyway.
But yeah, other than sort of the weekend warrior approach to like doing, like playing in softball leagues and doing these things, which I don't know, it's not what I want to do as an adult. I enjoy the competition of this. So I've nudged
and you get more of a benefit out of this, I would say personally, just because then you're actually like making something for your future. And it's a little bit, it's also, you have to figure things out a little bit more than I would say like a adult sport. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like that would be fun to do because we can meet friends. But
and it's entertainment versus there is a utility to it because everything we're doing is to try to more safeguard our future. So every little, like when I was doing wedding photography and portraits, that was part of my income. Like that was, I haven't had a job in over a decade. So like every little thing helps and you still have your job. We're not like building a second job for you, but we're helping you find ways to
make extra income
and to also hedge your bets because we never know. Like who knows
and especially
if your contract will be renewed? We have no idea.
Well, yeah, that's the thing being like, it's a weird system and I don't know how much I can say about it.
Well, we don't have to go into like the system, but just with any job, like it's the illusion of security. Yeah. And none of us truly have it.
Like being in a university, like you do have a contract that is renewed every year for a like certain level of people until you're there for an X amount of years. You never know if you're going to get renewed until like a couple months before it will be renewed or not. And then it's like, oh my God. And
and arguably with a contract or without, everyone's in the same boat. I mean, you work in an office and if they have to make cuts and it's your boss or you and your boss decides, I mean, they have to choose themselves. They're not going to.
It's self-preservation.
Exactly.
So,
and it's nothing against the individual either. But if we're not self-reliant and building the systems to potentially protect us when we need them, building an audience, building whatever it is.
And like I've watched people that I just truly love and care about get absolutely burned by the system. And it's like so not cool or fair. So just working on trying to alleviate that stress. And then if something does ever happen, then it's like, oh, okay, then
we have the machinations in place.
Exactly. Like at least some sort of an idea instead of like, oh my God, what do I do?
Definitely. And so, that's sort of where we're at with this. And we were just talking about sort of if you were to take it to the next step and be like, well, how do you start to build something? Because this is just a little side hustle. You're making a few bucks here and there from these fun things you're doing. But what would it take to create like a career out of it? So I was mentioning how from a service perspective, which I consider service businesses, entrepreneurship and entrepreneurial endeavors. A lot of people say that's freelance, but it really depends. It depends on your perspective. Because I think when you're taking self-reliance, like you are taking control, that is an entrepreneur. That is someone who is moving forward and setting the stage for themselves.
Yeah, I feel like that's like the main umbrella. And then all these little terms fall within the umbrella where it's like, oh, I'm a freelancer. It's like how you identify essentially. Because, I thought I was going to be a freelance illustrator and here we are.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So then what we're talking about is what is that thing that you would be able to do where you don't have to sell, say if someone wants to make about $50,000 a year, like $48,000 a year, that's $4,000 a month. Just like back of the quick math.
Yeah.
Simple stuff, but
quick math.
No, but like simple numbers, just like 48,000, so that's 4,000 a month. So then what can you do to make 4,000? You could sell your stickers. Say you made $1 profit on each sticker, which you've talked about in videos exactly how much you make. It's more than $1. But let's just say you make $1 per sticker. Then you would have to sell 4,000 stickers a month. And I mean, honestly, that is difficult. That is so many stickers, so much work as well. But when it comes to services, you're able to, in theory, if you find the right person, the right fit, and if you're able to give $4,000 worth of value to someone's business, whatever it is, you could have a full-time career on your own, freelancing as an entrepreneur with one customer.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so much easier to manage. So we were just talking in the car, like, what are some things that you might think you might want to pursue? Maybe not now, but moving forward.
Yeah, sometime.
Yeah, that could be like a service-based aspect to what you're doing.
Well, and like I was thinking about it this morning, actually, just like I love helping people and trying to help them find a better avenue for whatever it is. So
I just want to chime in real quick because that is everything that you are. And coming from you, it's like, well, no, but like
I was like, where is this going to go? Do I need to get ready or like...
Like, this is what we bond over. It feels weird to say like, oh, what I do is I spend my time helping people.
But like you do.
But
like,
we
that
both
is
do.
your job.
And
like,
that's why I wanted to say it about you. Like, you have never done it for money. You've never done it expecting anything in return. But you're the person, people at work or people in your like social life, everything. You didn't be like, what social life? But but like...
You know me so well.
But like people turn to you when they need help.
Well, yeah, because I like helping them. And even if I don't have the solution, I like to at least just be somebody that can listen to them. So they're not like, man, I don't have anybody to listen to me or pay attention or care or whatever. And I don't know.
What is the solution? Sometimes it is someone listening. I mean, and that's why...
I feel like if every single person on this, if like some of the worst people in history, which I know it can be, well, no, never mind. But I feel like some of the people that made some of the most questionable choices in history, if they had somebody to listen to them or talk things out with, like the right person, I feel like things would be so much better.
Oh yeah. I mean, things change if you feel like you're in it alone.
Yeah.
There's no one in my court. The world's against me. No one's here to listen and help. And no matter what I do, this is what I'm stuck with. It becomes a really like,
well, and you're fighting an uphill
position.
battle too, because then you go into everything with that frame of mind where you shouldn't, like, not that you can't, but that's not healthy to do. Like, you should just have something like, oh, I know I can talk to blah, blah, blah about whatever, or I don't know.
And it's not helping, unfortunately. Where the way that you approach life, and like we approach things so similarly, and that's really why we connect like we do. But you're helping people solve problems, and that's just what you naturally do. So how do we bridge that gap into? You do this already. People reach out trying to learn how to become an archivist, how to be like, just because of your TikTok, which we talked about last week.
Well, and it is just so like, what is this? Like, this is a profession. I had no idea until I interned. And then I was like, oh my God, you get to do this all day? Fuck yeah, sign me up.
But yeah, you've essentially done unpaid consulting.
Well, yeah. And same with graduate programs in art history, which that's something I'm looking into consulting, or I don't know how to frame it, which is something we need to discuss as well, which we'll do that here possibly. But yeah, like when I went to grad school, it was very much, so I got my master's in art history, and it was a very solitary pursuit. Having an advisor it was difficult to pin down an advisor, and it was also difficult to get in contact with my advisor at the same time. So, and I had a nice cohort of people, but because I'm a commuter, it's difficult to form like a relationship with people. And it's like, oh, I got to catch my train. So I don't really I can't stay in the city until 8 p.m., 9 p.m. or whatever, because my train leaves in like 10 minutes. So trying to formulate those helpful bonds with people and being able to have like a sounding board and stuff. I didn't feel like I had that at all throughout graduate school. And then like trying to talk to you about certain things, like you're like a great listener and everything, but it's different when I'm trying to talk about Nietzsche or Walter Benjamin or something very specific to art. And it's like, oh yeah, we have like different, like you don't know what it is because you're not in that space, and like you don't need to know it. And like I'd try to talk to my mom about it, and like she would like get it, but it would just be different, and it would kind of be like a one-sided sort of conversation where it was like I'm talking at you. So all that to say,
it's just a challenge because we can't expect that the other person,
profession or grad program,
that the other person will be interested or have enough of a background for you to have. Because
honestly, nobody has to be interested in it at all.
Yeah, and the level of conversation you're hoping to have can be like difficult to find.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I felt like I was on this little island where I couldn't really talk to anybody about anything except my advisor, but then it would take months to get back to me about things, and it was like, am I doing the right thing? I don't know. And yeah, it was just extremely stressful. So what I would like to do is offer some sort of help or guidance to people in even just listening to them talk about their area of research, like for their thesis, or should I get into this program or should I not? Or like, what should I do? Or what do I do after I graduate? Which that was a huge thing with me too. Like you do all the steps and then it's like, oh my God, what do I do now? Like it's scary, honestly, if you go into it with that mentality of like, oh, well, check this, check that, which we've talked about, where you have like your little checklist, like, oh, I went to school, I got a degree, I got another degree, I have a house, I have a boyfriend, like white picket fence, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the set life path. And like,
yeah, which I hate.
But it's comforting to be like, oh, I go to college, then I go to grad school, and then I have a career. Mm-hmm. But then we don't always have what happens between those? What's the middle ground is where everything happens.
Exactly.
The checkboxes are just the like completion.
And people don't really talk about that as much. It's like, oh, well, we can teach you how to get a resume or like get your resume in ship shape or whatever. Mm-hmm. And even then it's like, well, an art history resume is very specific, or a CV or whatever, or cover letter.
And unfortunately, that resume doesn't do anything.
No, it does nothing.
It's all that time before the resume gets there that you're building up who you are and what you can offer that people, because nobody takes the resume, stops there and says yes.
Yeah.
They take the resume. They're like, oh, this is an interesting person. Let me go to the computer. Let me see if like what they've done.
Exactly.
And then you look and it's like, oh, this person's a ghost.
Yeah.
Or this person has done tons of things. Or sometimes this person has done some things that I do not care to have in this organization. But most of the time, it's one of those three things. Is you're either completely not there.
I mean, it's only those three things, I think.
And like, I would always argue that it's better to be the person who owns their name, which is something we've talked about too. Like,
yeah, because I was pretty much a ghost before because I didn't want to have any sort of public facing anything because I don't know, I'm pretty private.
Well, yeah, but like if someone then Googles Amara Andrew and you don't come up, someone else comes up.
Yeah, a Nigerian architect.
Yeah, Andrew Amara, which is funny. Yeah, but
we need to meet him.
But the problem then becomes anyone can control the narrative.
Yeah,
so
which is scary.
Yeah, if you're not out there, someone else can be like, oh, I don't like that she got the promotion over me or she got this or whatever it is. And they can just go out and be like, oh, I'll buy amaraandrew.com, which we already own that. We own all the domains. We own all this stuff already.
Yeah.
But they can go out and pretend to be you, make you look bad because, she rubbed me the wrong way that one time. Even though what's funny, that would never happen with you. The only thing that could happen is like jealousy because like you are such a hard worker.
I can rub people the wrong way.
Well, yeah,
if I really try.
Yeah, but you don't try.
I don't want to.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's happened.
But that's the thing. That's the issue is like if you don't own the narrative, like, I mean, we should probably do a whole episode talking about this and talking about some of the people who they've retaken control of their narrative and how they've then been able to like overcome like where society or community or whoever tried to like pigeonhole them. But yeah,
when you talked about the narrative thing, it reminded me in like high school because like I was so anti-social media because I was like, all the dumbasses in high school are on it. Like I hate everybody here anyway, so why the fuck do I want to like have contact with them?
Except those of you who she loves.
Well, yeah, except for my group of friends. You know who you are. But yeah, so like I was just like, fuck that. I'm not going to get social media. I hate most of you. So then my best friend's sister, one time we were like sitting down, like having dinner all together, just like her family and then me as part of the family. And my best friend's sister just said like, oh yeah, talking about like a crush page on Facebook, which I was like, I don't know what the hell that is. And then she's like, yeah, like you have a crush page on Facebook. And I was like, what? And then she was like, yeah, like, which I was like, what is this? Tell me. Like I went like fucking nuts because I was like, what is this? Like I need to get rid of this because I didn't want to have anything about me on social media.
So wait, explain what you mean.
So I will. So she kept saying like, yeah, a crush page, where like somebody makes a page about you as like kind of like a fan page in a way. And I was like, what? And I was like, show me, like, how do I look it up? Because I don't think my phone at the time had internet. I don't know. Or maybe it did and it had like limited data or something. But yeah, so I kept asking her and just being like, what? Oh my God, I need to make a Facebook now because like I don't have like autonomy over myself and my identity and what are people writing about me? And then I was asking my best friend like, wait, is this real? Like what's happening? And then they just busted out laughing and then they're like, this isn't real. We were just messing with you. And I was like, God damn it. But it was that like scare of like, what are people saying about me? Who made this? Like, who do I have to kill now? Like, no, not that, but just like what's going on? Like, What's happening?
Well, and if they're first, like if they
Yeah.
own AmaraAndrew.com, they
Yeah.
post a website, it's out there for 6, 8, 12 months before you even know it's there. Google
Yeah.
is like, oh, this is the original.
Well, and
you
now with
post
deep
Amara
fakes
Andrew.
and stuff too, it's like,
Well,
it's
yeah.
scary. I mean, that can happen in any capacity, even if you do own your stuff. But if somebody made, AmaraAndrew.com and then made
like,
deep fake videos of me being like, I hate
whatever.
like kittens, they should all die or something. And it's like, I don't think that way at all.
Well, yeah, and it can be whatever, and Google will be like, oh, this has been around longer than like you start a website later, and they're like, oh, well, no, this is the original. So
Yeah.
then
Which is
it's
scary.
It's an uphill battle, but when it's fresh and you haven't done it, no one else has done it, the ability, the opportunity to actually own your own narrative is there.
Yeah.
And it's important to do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's super important.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that was just my minor brush with like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, so monthly income.
Yeah, so that's what we were talking about, and sort of owning where you're at, and so offering some sort of service. And if you can break it down into a service that maybe it's $1,000 a month, maybe it's whatever, or just a one-time purchase, it makes it easier to hit your monthly income that you need, and it won't be consistent month to month, especially if you have to sell to new people. But ideally, you would say, okay, I'm going to help you with X, and it costs $2,000 a month. For the next 6 months, I can do this. Like, that's always the ideal way to do it. So you have the recurring, you have it set up. You don't have to sell every single month. But yeah, so thinking about something a little smaller, because you're not going to probably charge thousands of dollars for the consulting for
especially
grad
for
student and
students.
things. Yeah.
It's like, no, like they don't have money.
So then the question is, do you feel there is a market, an actual
Well, that's the thing.
opportunity in that market?
Like, I think there could be, just from the amount of people that have asked me about stuff through TikTok or Instagram or whatever. I mean, there may be 10 to 20 people at least that, like, it hasn't been lately because I haven't been posting on TikTok, but when I was posting regularly, I had maybe 20 people in like the few months that I was doing TikTok where they were like asking various questions, kind of.
Well, lots of specific questions too.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Like all related to this.
And you've also owned the narrative that you are an archivist. You are the person who will help educate them.
Yeah. But yeah, like I think there could be something. I don't know. Like, you don't know until you try. So we'll just see what happens.
Yeah. And yeah, you can try consulting, you can try a course, because you do have a nice collection of questions, follow-up questions to your answers and things already. That could be even a little ebook, a little something that'll help people along their path. And then that product could feed into your consulting. Like, okay, I can help you. Like, here's the budget way. Like, this is where I would recommend you start. But if you want a deep, like, tailored for you solution, or even someone just to listen, and like someone who's here to help.
Yeah, like even like, just offering like a little booklet with a checklist or something, like, oh, do this, 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 and this. Or if you want to actually talk to a human, contact me.
Well, yeah. Yeah, so there's definitely the path to creating a reusable course type ebook or whatever it is, but then also feeding into a bigger product. So it's something to consider, but it's not something you're necessarily starting right now, but I think it's important to start.
I'm not thinking courses or books or anything yet, because I wouldn't even know where to begin with that, or because I've never purchased a course or like outside of college or university level. So I would have no idea what to do or what people even care to know. So I feel like it would almost be like crowdsourcing for the first few people.
And that's what you want to do.
Yeah. Just
like
being
exactly
like, okay,
that.
like, what do you actually need or want? And like, what can I help you with? Like, I was brainstorming just a couple ideas of things that I would have liked to have known before starting a program. And that's the other thing too. Everything's very like, they're very like specific, like everything I found was geared toward a non-humanities graduate program, which was like, well, that's not fucking helpful. I'm not going to be a goddamn doctor, like a medical doctor. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. This means nothing to me. So anywho.
Well, no, but I mean, and that is the thing. We don't know what it is until we start.
Yeah.
Like you could write an ebook. You can spend 12 months working on the perfect ebook or perfect course, and no one could want it.
Exactly.
But that's why, like, especially when it would come to a course, it would be almost a pre-sale type product where you build out what you think it'll be, but you only have to write the first or second module. And then you have it out there and you're like offering it to people who are asking questions and doing things. And then what you can take from there is, as people come in, you just need to be a week ahead of the distribution of the course. I'm just like with teaching like an actual college level course. You don't have to have the entire 14, 16 weeks mapped out. Mapped out, but they don't have to be completed.
Well, yeah, you have like a vague idea, not vague, but you have an idea of like, oh, okay, week 1 through 4, we're going to be doing this, 8 through 12, this, like 13, 16, this. But yeah, like for each week, it's just like, oh, okay, like what do I need to know for this week to tell my students? Like, this is what you should know.
Which will be good because you're going to be teaching again, which is really exciting in the fall. And I think taking the stuff you're learning as a teacher in a college level course and then applying it to your entrepreneurship will be really, really valuable.
Oh yeah, for sure. And yeah, it's just fun. I like it. And I like getting to interact with my students and just see like, I don't know, what they think about the world and everything. Yeah. It's fun.
So yeah, I mean, for the upcoming week, what are you sort of envisioning? Did you post a YouTube video this week? I think you did, right?
Yeah. How I package my stickers for less than $1. Because obviously, like we were talking about earlier, stickers are not the most, you don't make a shit ton of money from your stickers unless you're charging $20 a sticker, which I have seen, which is like, I understand it, but it's a little nutsy to me because it's just something so ephemeral. But that is the amount of value that I subscribe or like I project onto this object. So anyway, that is another discussion. But yeah, so I need to, this week I want to put my stickers up on Etsy as well. You
mean new stickers?
Yes, that's what I was trying to say, but then I stumbled. Put some new stickers up on Etsy. Yeah, I had my packaging video for less than $1, how to send off your stickers. And then this week I have another video. Minimalist sticker organization.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm going to be filming my Mona Lisa mocktail video.
Yeah, that
tomorrow.
Series I really like.
Yeah.
And again, that is...
I'm excited. I have no idea how this one's going to go.
It's art history mocktails. That's what it's called.
Yeah. So yeah, basically just synthesizing a work of art or artist or art movement or something into a drink. So just trying to figure out like, what would this taste like if I lick this painting? Like obviously not thinking of like oil paints or acrylic or something, but thinking like, I don't know, just using your imagination. Like what would this taste like? Yeah.
What does the visual represent in terms of another sense? How do I convert a visual sense into a taste sense?
Exactly. Like, what would you, so we'll see how that goes.
Well, I really feel like that's something that's going to stick around. Like these are all experiments.
It's fun. And like, I'm literally making it as I make the video. So I don't really have an idea of what's going to go.
And it's the journey because like we want to be the expert in what we're doing just innately. It's like we're always taught like, oh no, you need to know this.
Well, especially in art history, there's so many goddamn snobs in the field where it's terrifying, honestly, to like making TikToks is absolutely terrifying because it's like, of course you're going to have these people that are like, that's not real or that's not true. And it's like, oh, fuck me. Okay. Thanks for being an asshole about it. Like you could have just said, hey, I think it's actually this instead. And like, build people up.
Well, yeah. And the beauty is that doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, honestly. They aren't doing anything.
But also the experts, they aren't building community because we don't care if someone just says, oh, this is the truth. This is accurate. This is what's right. And that's it. But we love a story of discovery. I mean, your hero's journey, which is what we're trying to document here and what you're doing within your videos. It's very meta. It's the deeper you go, every piece that like resonates with people tends to have its own hero's journey. So with these art history mocktails, your journey of figuring this out, you might go through the whole video for Mona Lisa and be like, this doesn't work. Like I just can't.
That's kind of what I'm thinking, unfortunately. Or like it would be awesome too to have people like submit what they think would actually work in the comments or something.
Well,
if it would be like I don't know, we're like building it together. Ooh, a live stream would be interesting.
It would be.
But
we're going to start building a lot more different things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're working on the Mona Lisa. Did you shoot the minimalist stickers video yet?
Yeah, so that's ready to go.
Sweet.
And
yeah, those come out
mostly
on Wednesdays,
edited.
right?
Yeah, Wednesday, every Wednesday.
Yeah, these videos come out on Saturdays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we need to publish this. Publish this puppy.
But yeah.
Woof woof.
So yeah, I think we should probably wrap there just because we're almost at an hour already.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we were just going to do like half hour, quick little
Whoops.
check-in episodes. But no, this is good. This is just wherever it goes, wherever it takes us. This will be eventually a 6-hour podcast.
Yeah, perfect. It'll be like a Ken Burns documentary, but as a podcast.
There you go. I did have one question for you though.
Uh-oh.
So I was looking at Twitter.
What did I do?
And no, not you. I want an opinion. Because on my show, I talk to entrepreneurs really unexpected paths to entrepreneurship. And I like showcasing people who have built interesting things, who are taking an interesting approach to what they're building. And I found someone that I want your opinion on whether it's weird for me to reach out. Like genuinely, this isn't like a joke at all.
Okay.
He is building in real time, building in public, which is a very typical term and sort of like what you're doing, what the show is. We're building your side hustles in public and documenting the journey. He's built a bunch of different software things. He's a developer.
Okay.
But he's only 12 years old.
That's awesome.
Like, it is so cool. He has like almost 10,000 followers on Twitter already.
Fuck
And like,
yeah.
because he is, and the stuff he's writing, he is documenting and sharing things that are so much beyond a 12-year-old. What I envision. Like
Hell
me at
yeah.
12 is not this kid. This kid is like me at 24.
Me at 12, I was like just being a dumbass. So that's awesome.
So I think it's really interesting. And I was going to DM him. And I want to ask like, okay, I'd love to have you on the show. First, if you're interested. And second, if like a parent or guardian approves. Because I'm
for
12.
sure.
Like that's not, I don't want it to be weird though. And also would that feel like it's like I'm exploiting him? I don't want it to. Like I don't think it does, but I want to be sure I'm thinking of it correctly. But I would like to have his story because he's doing the things he wants to do also through the lens, the childhood like innocence, which I think we lose. We definitely lose as adults. But I think he's going to do great things and to show people that no matter where you are, like
And
whether you're a
already
child or a like retiree, like start. Like the starting is the important part. Like, so what do you think about
and
reaching out?
already he's cutting through all the bullshit. Like people who wait forever to get their MBA to actually start something and then they don't. They just get a regular job because it's like, oh, I got my MBA.
Yeah.
Sorry,
An
no
obligation.
offense.
Well, no, an
Exactly.
obligation to doing what the promise of that box was.
Exactly.
I
Whereas
checked the box of the MBA and I'm
he's
going.
just doing it. Like, no, I totally think you should reach out to him. I think that's fucking awesome.
But
like,
from just a adult child perspective, I just want to be sure it isn't in some way like I don't want to cross any
asking
lines
him out or something.
Well,
You're
no,
just
no, but like genuinely though, like jokes aside, like I don't know. I want to be cautious on that because I wouldn't want because I mean we're not parents. I don't plan to be a parent.
No.
But it's like trying to think, okay, would I be uncomfortable having someone reach out like that?
Yeah, like reaching out to your child, like if you had one. That is a good point. But I mean, you could honestly just address the tweet to them and their guardian.
But I don't even know, who that would be. So it's something I have a draft saved. So I started writing it, then I was just thinking about these things, and I just want to.
Yeah, I can't imagine it would be a problem though, because then otherwise, how does the kid that reviews toys on YouTube, whatever his name is,
yeah, they're
like
his parents or guardians or whatever, they're all about it.
Exactly, and like, how does he get booked on different? I'm assuming he's been on different talk shows or something like that. Just because
the top grossing YouTuber.
Yeah, it just makes sense. So no, I think that's because you're not doing it to like be weird. Like you're just doing it to be like, no, like you're a young entrepreneur. And you'll have to like change your questioning probably a little bit, but
and it really, I want to ask him why he started. And what, like where he began.
And even interviewing his parents at the same time too, to get both perspectives of like, okay, how did you build this framework for your child, or did your child just come up to you and be like, I'm going to start a business tomorrow. Can I get like $10,000 of a loan or something?
Well, yeah, and I don't think he's making money. I think it's purely just his hobby right now, but his hobby is what people aspire to do.
That's
and they don't start.
Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And just where does that come from? Like, was there like a book that he read, or did he see somebody's Twitter? And he has his own Twitter, which is amazing. So no, I totally think you should reach out.
And it is funny. It said that the
and
Twitter
you're
account,
a very respectful person. You're not going to be like, hey, can like do this now at this time. And you're not going to be an asshole.
Yeah. I just want to, it's just that weird level of like the age difference. Well, I just want to be sure that I want to be sure I'm not
respectful as well, which I know that's like your main thing. Like you want to be respectful of the kid and their parents.
Yeah.
So.
And I've never had any instance to think about this because I would never reach out to a child to interview. It just doesn't make sense. Why would I do that? But then it's like, oh no, this is like an adult who's 12 years old. It's weird. It's not weird. He's not weird. It's such a different.
Well, yeah, he's doing something.
To think
At 12,
about.
I was just struggling to find skinny jeans or something. Like, I don't know.
But yeah, the only reason I found it is because someone retweeted a screenshot of a DM he had with someone, and he said, LOL, I just realized you joined Twitter before I was born. And I was like, that's weird. That is so crazy.
Funny. But I totally think you should. Because also that would be inspiring maybe to like other kids, like somebody listening to your podcast, if they're like, oh, I should show this to my 10-year-old or like, I don't know, just of any age, it's inspiring to be like even for me, I'd be like, oh my God, like tell me your secrets.
Well, yeah. And just having that sort of what his perspective is versus like, because
what's his life philosophy? Has he read Nietzsche? No.
But like the perspective changes so much when you're a kid versus when you're 20s. Like when you're in like early, like I just left high school, that's a different perspective on life. Then it's like I have a job, it's a different perspective.
Well, and
I've had a job for 20 years, it's a very different perspective.
And this would be an interesting like little time capsule for him as well, just to like, I don't remember anything I ever did or said at 12, but except for those skinny jeans, but just having that like, wow, this is what I thought when I was 12. Like, I don't know. I think it's mutually beneficial, of course. So,
well, yeah. And I would just want to, the whole point of this show is to feature people and what they're doing and also then inspire the listener to try to do something too. So
hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be curious about that.
Yeah. I think it'd be interesting, and I'll definitely like run the DM by you first, the message before I send it. And well, just to be sure that it feels right.
Well, but just respectful of the kid and his time and his
very
parents
clear
and
that like, I want the sign off, not like,
and he's going to be in school during the day. So,
but like, as long as you're interested and a parent or guardian is okay with like so I wouldn't want to, to sort of bypass that and not even like consider.
Oh yeah.
What a
I
parent
can't
might
imagine think. Like they probably monitor his DMs and everything. Like I for sure would. I would be a tiger mom. So
yeah. Okay. So that was the only question.
No, I think that's great. I think that would be so like neat. I'm curious.
Well, yeah, I'd be very curious.
I hope they say yes.
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be a little bit, but I'll try. I think I'll try reaching out. We'll see.
Cool. Ooh, let's do that now.
Okay, cool. So that'll wrap for this week. It's almost a full hour.
I know.
This recording.
Wow. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're enjoying this. Yeah, for sure. Because I'm over here, I'm like clicking buttons. See, this is what's good having you there, because then I'm able to like do things and you can like call me out, because I don't want to be like, so I'm not paying attention. Words come out and I'm here like, okay, let me click the button, get the outro music going.
There you go.
Yeah. So if you're enjoying this episode, for sure. Be sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or check out the video version on YouTube. Just search Amara Andrew on YouTube and you can find it there. It's a Side Hustle Saturday. Yeah, and be sure to check out what Amara's up to at amaraandrew.com, or actually byamara.com. I thought was an easier way to say it, so just byamara.com, and you can find everything that she is up to and everything she's creating.
Come hang out.
Yeah, and if you're enjoying this show, definitely subscribe and let us know.
Like, tweet subscribe.
At us. Like, tweet to me at Jeff Sarris or tweet to at Amara Andrew and let us know what you're thinking. Cause, I've never tried to really connect with the listeners at all. Mm-hmm. It's like, we have people out there listening, like I see the numbers and things, but yeah, I'd love to hear from you and know what you think.
Yeah. Bye.
So yeah, see you next week.